Hey guys, trying to with a video, and today, as you by the title of the video, I am talking about why I've been gone for so long, and it's a lot. Sorry, I haven't been filming. The last day of school, the very last day of school was very stressful for me, and it has been that way for a few weeks until last week, and it's still a lot to process. I'm still processing everything, and I'm still struggling. If that makes sense. Before I start rambling, I did take a break, and I'm still on my break a little bit. I'm gonna film whenever I can, and then I'll make a video talking about my new schedule. I haven't figured that out yet, but hopefully I figure out a schedule pretty soon. Before I start rambling, please like, subscribe if you're new. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Trin. I am gender fluid. My pronouns are he and they. So, anyways, let's get started. So, I went to a note burning party with my friend Larissa. Almost you people know who Larissa is. She's one of my closest friends currently, and she is a cheerleader, and she's an amazing person. So, she's been talking about this mission trip that her church decided to go on in Phoenix, Oregon. If you didn't know you didn't know Oregon had a Phoenix. Now you know. I've been there in person. But if you guys know, I think it was last year, or it was a long time ago. Recently, though, I think last year or the year before, there was a lot of fires going on near California and Oregon. I went to one of those places, and it was really devastating because many people still have trauma or something that they're still scared of fires happening this year. And it's almost the anniversary of it. It's still pretty scary because literally, I talked to someone who said every time they hear a fire fire sirens, they immediately run out of the house to look where the fire is. One person I heard said that they met the lady that their neighbor kept trying to tell them, like, get out of the city because there was fires, and she didn't see it, so she didn't think anything of it. So once she finally left and come back, she saw the devastation. She didn't realize there was a fire because she couldn't see no smoke, she couldn't smell no fires, but it was like an invisible enemy. So, first, I'm gonna start from the beginning and then end what happened Sunday night. So Monday, I came to the church. People were getting ready. People were really happy, really excited to go. My friend Larissa and them are my friend Larissa, her sister, and the youth pastor was already in Oregon because they had um a wedding in Medford. So I think it was called Medford. And so they went, had that wedding, and then the next week was the missions trip. So I was with people I didn't really know. I didn't really talk to anyone. I just laid down, listening to my own music, and just being by myself. Um, so later that night, once we got to Oregon, we met up with Larissa. We saw where we were sleeping, and then we had dinner, talked about what this week was going to look like, and we immediately found out that everything that happens on the mission trip that was planned beforehand will usually get changed while the week progresses. So the first night we went to bed, we didn't really talk to the other campers or the other youth groups that I can remember. The next day, we had to walk around the town or our little like neighborhood area and ask people four simple questions. Took like 2 minutes and asked some people questions. Um, Many people didn't want to. There was this one guy that we stopped at, and he immediately noticed like Matthew something, and it said never alone. And he immediately told my manufacturer to step back, to not come forward, and I took that. I was scared because this man had like a very deep like push, that type of voice. I don't know how to describe his voice, and he told us to leave because he was a native person, and natives and Christian has different beliefs. And then he noticed me, and My dad is full Mexican. My mom is white. That's all I know. And I am just me. I don't know who I am. I know a lot of people have told me I am native, but I don't know what tribe I'm from. So when he asked, "What tribe are you from?" and I said, "I don't know. My dad is from Mexico. I don't know." And he's like, "Well, our people didn't put borders on people. The white people did that." I was like, "Okay," and just like walked away. Didn't want to say anything. And then my pastor called our other leader, and as he was on the phone with the other leader, one of my friends puked, and he had to sit out for the rest of the day. And later that night, he couldn't go swimming because he felt sick, and so that's why he didn't swim, because my youth pastor didn't want him to feel sick anymore or something like that. The next day, I think we went around the place again, and then that's when we started doing service projects. So at the very end of the questionnaire, we asked if they needed any help around the house, any help with yard work. There was a lot of yard work, a lot of weeds were pulled. Actually, this guy, um, he had a ramp and then stairs on his house, and he recently fell and hurt his back really badly. So the church came in and destroyed the stairs and built a ramp for him, and did tons and tons of yard work. Literally, if you would have walked down that street a week or two ago, you wouldn't even see that house. It was covered with tall weeds, tall trees, everything. You couldn't even see the house. Little did he know, behind his house he had a little shed thing. Little did he know, there was a guy living in his backyard. And we found letters that was sent to this guy that was living in his backyard, in his shed outside, and it was a lot. It was a lot. There was a lot of spiders, a lot of everything. And near this guy's house was also a school. I was there one of these days and helped take care of the school. We mostly did yard work at the school to help the middle school there, and it was a pretty nice school. It was a really nice school, really big, really. It was a great school. Anyways, I think it was Wednesday, or yeah, it was Wednesday. We started doing prayer walk and the prayer chain. If you don't know what any of those are, it's basically a prayer walk is where you walk around and just start praying with other people. Or that's how mine went. And then the prayer chain is where you pray for a certain amount of hour and then the next person prays. For most of us kids, a lot of trauma came back, including me, a lot of past memories that we felt that we put inside us and never spoke of it, came back to the surface. And remember that for what I'm going to tell you what happened Sunday. But it was pretty hard because a lot of us were alone for like 30 minutes by ourselves, and we had to deal with all our past trauma, past experience, all of this kind of stuff that came back up to the surface. And apparently that happens a lot on mission trips. And us kids didn't really know because this was our first time going to something like this. Um, so on Friday was our last day of service. So we helped my group. So it was me and three other guys that went to this lady's house and helped her with a lot of stuff. I think it was Friday. It was Friday or Thursday. I don't remember. But I was already mad at this one guy who had my grandpa's wrap on because I let him borrow it because my knees are really bad or was bad. And he threw away the clip, and I was really mad at him, and I was already mad at him because of that. And then I heard him say the F slur. Yeah, that didn't go down right. And then he was told to apologize to me, in the way he apologized really affected me mentally because I felt trapped in a way. I went to hide from him, and literally his friend was on the other side and he was on this side trying to apologize with me, and I was so terrified and scared. So when my prayer time came, all I did was wrote down my prayers that I wanted to say to them in person, but was too scared to. And then after I was done writing these letters for every person in my group, I actually made my youth pastor cry. Because all along this trip, I didn't want to pray in front of people. I was too scared to. And him reading this really, he told me that when he read my letters, he knew. He felt there was a God. It was a sign that, yeah, there's a God out there. Um, on Saturday, we had a bike rodeo, and I didn't really do anything because I have really bad social anxiety, so I didn't go outside. I was too scared to, even though we were just children running around, which wasn't that bad, but I was still inside in the air conditioning area because it was really hot in Oregon. Surprisingly, it was really hot. And now I'm back home, and it's literally 106 degrees outside. It's a lot. And then Sunday was our very last day. We had church and everything. And at dinner time, we thought everything was going to be okay. Everything was going smoothly. We got a little bit late back to the van because we didn't pay attention to time. Um, and our youth pastor started asking us questions. So um, the row was really weird. So it was like the oldest people was up front, the other oldest was like in the middle between, kind of, and then the very back was the youngest people that was on the trip. That wasn't planned, but it happened. Um, so our youth pastor started asking us 4 questions, but we didn't get through all of them because something did happen. This girl who I love her to death. She's an amazing person. Let's call her Adam, or not Adam. Let's call her Jade. Jade is a beautiful young person. She's a middle schooler, and she's been through a lot. And I feel for Jade. I hope right now she's not with her mother because us kids didn't want her to go to her mother because what she said. And she was just screaming and crying the whole ride back to where I am right now. And she was just having a mental breakdown, and she didn't, and she was, it was like she was blaming everyone but me. And this girl that was sitting next to me had a panic attack because she felt attacked, basically, because she didn't feel like she did anything wrong, and it was just a lot of stuff coming up, and she had a panic attack. And we had to pull over. 2 guys had to get out of the car because they didn't like the energy that was putting out from her screaming and crying. But 2 guys went for a walk. The youth pastor got out and cried again, while the other leader was trying to figure out how to calm down the person having a panic attack. It was just a big mess. And if Jade is somehow watching this, I love you, girl. I hope the best for you. I hope you get some help. I know I have to get some help myself too. Um, but I hope you're okay, Jade, where you are right now. But when we got back into close to my town, I called my grandpa like, "Hey, I'm gonna spend the night with my friend. I can't. I don't want to go home right now. Go to sleep," because he stayed up till like almost 11 for me getting home, and that I my grandpa's an older person, so he needs sleep. So that's why I called him like, "Hey, just go to bed. I don't care if you're up. Just go to bed." Because he was literally up, staying up that late, watching TV, waiting for me to come home. But I didn't. Because some of the stuff she was saying also triggered my past and my own emotions. And one of the girls literally had to sit by me and hold my hands, like saying, "Hey, it's going to be okay. Name 3 things you can feel," and helping me get through this process. And when I got to my friend's house, it was just more yelling because there was still a lot of tension in the air, and it was just a lot. But now I'm okay. I feel okay right now. I'm good. Last night I was feeling really bad on myself and didn't really feel pretty because of reasons I deal with ED and a lot of stuff. So it's really hard. Um, but this trip really taught me how to deal with mental health and how close I can actually be with a God like what they believe. But on the way home, while she was screaming and yelling, I was thinking like, I don't think I believe in God. Why would God put us through this stressful moment in our lives? Why would He do this? And there's so many people that say, hey, God wanted this to happen. It's a good thing that God is making this happen because Jade actually hurt herself. What she said on the trip, she was in a horrible place. And I hope, pray to God, that she feels better and safe where she is now because I need that support system too. But there were so many things I wanted to say during that period of time and get my own emotions out because other people are doing it too. But I stayed quiet. I have moments where I wish I could have said something like, "Hey, I know how you feel. This is my experience with that same thing," because that happened to me like over 9 months ago. But me being the shy kid, didn't want to say anything and just wanted to cry it out. I did that. I didn't say anything. I wanted to share so many things, but was terrified to do so. And it was a lot. There were so many good moments, so many happy moments that can weigh out the bad. Like, there's so many memories I have from just swimming at the pool with them because we had showers at an RV park and they had a pool there. So, all of us teens hanging out at the pool, we had an amazing time. It was really fun. And there was a lot of drama going on. And yes, if you saw my Snapchat post or my Instagram story, somebody developed crushes. Jade had a lot of people falling in love with her. Me, I fell in love with this guy, and when he shared part of his story, and he was a big mess, and he knows I liked him. He knows I really liked him, but that night I told my friend like, "Hey, I know I can tell we're both not ready for a relationship, and I know I'm not ready, so I'm just gonna leave my feelings as is, as friends, not nothing else, as friends." And on Monday, I checked on everybody, even him, and he still hasn't responded. I don't know if he responded while I'm filming this video. I don't know. My phone is in my room. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I don't really know what to say. I'll do a summary in the description below if you don't really want to watch. Well, I'm doing this in the video, so it doesn't. It's not a point. That doesn't matter. But anyway, guys, if you want to see more pictures and stuff, I'll leave pictures and have a slideshow at the end of this video if I can. If there's not a slideshow, I'm so sorry. I love you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed this little video. And it is a long video because there's a lot to say, and it was a lot. It was a big experience with being around other teenagers, a lot of kids, because we were in quarantine for a year and a half, and it was just a lot. um I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.